Hi, my name is No Sheds. We have a show on Spurs Video Podcast. Going to talk a bit about the Tottenham Wigan game. Here's a real portent. When we managed to get a corner and actually clears from Van der Vaart and actually clears the first line and actually gets headed by Kabul, not once but twice, you kind of know that this is going to be a game for Spurs because the opposition is just playing so poorly. And we had so much space, it was ridiculous, especially Benny. I mean, he was giving God knows how much space. I think it surprised him. He didn't know what to do with it. Most of the time, he just ended up giving it back to him. Not going to player quick player ratings. 3 to 7 because he had pretty much nothing to do. Just going on a back 4. Kabul was imperious. I'm giving him an 8. First time I'll give him actually higher than Ledley King, who towards the end of the game, I don't think he was tired, but got a bit sloppy, but there were some moments of pure class. But for me, you know, Kabul was the man. Kyle Walker 7, he was solid, got some good crosses in. I think he still needs to learn when to put the cross in, when to just take your time when you've got that bit of space. The time to whip it in, the time to put a measured cross in. Benny, you know, had acres of space, should have done a lot better, but he was always solid as always. 7. Niko Kranjčar, wow, I mean, it's really weird because he's such a skillful player, but that's a lot of it's due to that Wigan let him be that skillful. So I want to give him 7.5, but I'm going to give him a 7 because everything he did was solid. I mean, there was some absolute beautiful bits of skill, and he really did test him a little bit. Got sloppy at times, but for me, you know, there will be much harder games than Wigan. You know, they're bottom of the league for a reason. You know, Parker, solid. Yeah, definitely. Van der Vaart, you know, some good touches. Obviously, started off early, so I don't think it's fair to give him any kind of rating. Livermore, solid. Got some good. Got forward well. Broke forward well. So I'm gonna give him a 7. And Sandro, gonna give him a 6.5 because first game, and he showed his knack, that spider sense of being at the right place at the right time. There's a guy called Roy Hobbs on Spurs Forum at UK, and I said the reason I liked Sandro so much, and not saying he's better than Parker, but he had this incredible spider sense of just knowing to be there at where to be at the right time. Playing at right back, I'm hoping Walker's not out for too long because obviously we've on Charlie, so I'm hoping, you know, I'm going to let Sandro, you know, he's quick enough, he's athletic enough. I think he could do a job for us there, you know. So who knows? And I think it will develop him as well. So yeah, definitely, and it'll give us the defensive solidity that sometimes I think we lack. You know, in case we need to play him there, just kind of like the way Real Madrid played Diarra at right back. And Adebayor, solid, some good touches at times, held the ball up well, good, you know, real fulcrum for us. So I'm giving him a 7. So that goes on to two co-men of the match, Bale and Luka. And Luka's passing was sublime. I mean, I don't know what the hell he was on against Watford, but whatever bug he had, he got rid of because his passing was beautiful. And the thing about Luka, and all I don't get, is that his fluidity. He keeps the ball fluid, constantly moving. And they teach you in boxing that, you know what, if you are moving target, it's much harder to hit. You know, and because we're constantly moving the ball so quickly, because of him constantly, it's much harder. We keep possession a lot better, forcing the opposition to run for it, so it's much harder for them, and that makes it easier to exploit the space because you're better with the ball than you are without it. And his passing was beautiful. The weight at the goal, bit of fortune, but then again, you know what, their guy had a bit of fortune to it really. And Bale, I mean, absolutely tormented them. And something very impressive, he was taking shots with his right foot, so he was crossing with his right foot. You know, one of the commentators said like the most improved player at Tottenham, well, in the Premier League was Kabul. And I think he is. I think he is the most improved player. But my God, for a left-footed player, predominantly left-footed, to actually take shots with his right foot, to cross with his right foot, if he can start doing that, my God, are we going to have 150 million? Won't be enough really for him. Obviously there were, you know, niggles to Van der Vaart, possible hamstring again, and obviously, you know, Walker. So obviously we're a bit worried about that, but hopefully that can be, you know, I think because he was playing 2 games close together, and again Walker, I think it's just more precautionary tale. Cameron Lancaster almost scored a goal on his debut, didn't look out of place, but to be totally fair, Wigan were abject. They really really were that poor. I mean, you just feel for Roberto Martinez. I mean, he felt, you know what, why don't I not jack this in and go to Villa or something? At least they got money. They'll give. I can do something with them, because they were so poor. I mean, I remember when we played them last season and we went 2-0 up, and then literally they just went back in and we just took the foot off the gas, and I thought, are we taking the foot off the gas? And and they went right back in there. As always, I always tell you, check out topspurs.com and spursodyssey.co.com, yeah. And Hitch for the 1882, even if they don't keep plugging my podcast anymore. We're going to leave the floor to my mate Kevin G, and hopefully he'll have some good things to say. Any shouts out? I'm going to give a shout out to my good mate Debs. Debs is an absolute trooper. We call her the Spurs Bear because she is such a sweetheart. I mean, she is. She's like the most unbelievably sweet person I've ever known. Michael is a lucky guy to have her. So my Spurs shout out goes, Spurs video shout out goes to her. She's probably, I don't know what time she left. She actually lives in Oldham. She took a 3-hour journey to come down to us. We'll watch the game and then won't get back till 3 in the morning. We'll get up at 6 o'clock to go back to work. I mean, this woman's a trooper. She's a proper true mama bear. Anyway, good. As always, come on, you Spurs.